Hi, I'm Bridget and welcome back to day 6 of 30 days of 10 minutes of yoga. And we're going to get started in a nice comfortable seated position today. So I've just got my ankles crossed and I'm bringing my palms to rest on my knees. We're going to close down our eyes and get really nice and tall through the spine, imagining a nice long line from the top of the head all the way down to the tailbone. So sitting up nice and tall, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and we'll just take a moment to connect with the breath. We're going to be moving through a little stretchy practice here today for day 6. So working on stretching and lengthening through the muscles, finding space in each posture. And we're going to stay with the breath. So when you're ready to move from this moment of stillness, we'll just gently blink open the eyes. And we're going to take a side body stretch from here. So we're going to bring the right palm first just to the side and inhale up and over with the left hand. Stretching into the left side body here. You might like to find a little bit of a pulse through the right elbow. And rather than really trying to reach as far over to the right as you can, we're going to see if we can keep the body in one nice long line as we reach over. So finding length as we're reaching. You might even like to look up through the head and the neck, maybe coming all the way down onto that right elbow. And then coming back up and through center, we'll take it to the other side. So plant the left palm and reaching up and over with the right hand this time. Find a little bit of a pulse, a little bit of movement. Again, see if you can keep that right hand in line with the body as we reach up and over. Maybe coming all the way down onto that left elbow, maybe looking up here. And then we'll come back up and through center. From here, we're going to make our way into our low lunge. So we'll come into our tabletop. So onto all fours first. If you've got some blocks or something that you would like to bring the hands up onto to give you a little bit more space, then you can do that. Otherwise, we're just going to step that right foot forward between the hands. Find your low lunge. You can tuck those left toes under to give the knee a little bit more support here. And then just breathing into this stretch. See if you can find a little bit of space through the heart. So draw the shoulder blades back, opening up here. Finding the breath. You might even like to try lifting that left knee away from your mat. And then keeping the knee on the mat. On an inhale, we're going to reach up and over with the hands. Opening up through heart space a little bit more. Stretching through the arms. You might like to press back, so using that right foot in front of you to press yourself back a little bit just so you can tuck the tailbone under if it's feeling like a little bit too much through the lower back. And then on an exhale, let's cactus the arms, so bend into the elbows, draw the shoulders back together, reaching up towards the sky. And then exhale, we'll bring the hands back to the mat. We'll find our half splits. So let's start to draw the hips back. Keep those left toes curled under. And then we're drawing the right toes back towards the chest towards the toes. So you can keep a nice little bend into that right knee so that you can really draw the chest forward. Breathing into the back of that right leg. And then coming back into our low lunge. From here, we're going to find our lizard lunge. So I'm going to bring both hands to the inside of that right foot and then heel toe, that right foot over towards the right edge of my mat. I'm going to lift the toes up, turn them out at about a 45-degree angle, and then bring them back down. You can keep the left toes curled under here or untuck them and find your lizard lunge, either staying up on the hands or you might be able to lower down onto the forearms for this stretch. Find the breath. And we'll take 3 more nice deep breaths here in our lizard lunge. When you're ready, coming back up onto the palms if you're not there already. And then we're going to draw the hips back and then bring the right knee back to meet the left so that we can take it to the other side. So we'll step the left foot forward between the hands. Find your low lunge. Again, you can tuck those right toes under to give that right knee a little bit more support, and then find space through the chest. So open up through heart space, draw the shoulders away from the ears and squeeze them back. You might like to try lifting that right knee away from your mat a couple of times, deepening the stretch. Find a little bit of movement here. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale the hands up and overhead. Really reaching nice and long through the arms. And then on an exhale, let's bend through the elbows, cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And inhale, reaching up towards the sky. On an exhale, let's bring our hands back to the mat. We'll find our half splits. So draw the hips back, roll over that left heel to draw the left toes back towards you, and then draw the chest towards the toes. Really breathing into the back of that leg, sending the breath to wherever you feel like you need it here. And then we'll walk it forward back into our low lunge. We're going to bring both hands to the inside of that left foot this time, and then heel toe, that left foot over to the left edge of our mat. Lift the toes up, turn them out at about a 45-degree angle, and then bring them back down. You can untuck those right toes and stay up on the hands if that feels more comfortable, or you might like to lower down onto the forearms. Getting heavy through the head and the neck here, breathing into our stretch. You should feel a nice opening through that left hip here. And take one more nice deep breath. And then we'll come back up onto the forearms, draw the hips back, and then bring the left knee back to meet the right. We're going to walk our way back through seated, so cross one heel over the other, make your way back through seated, and then we're going to come all the way back to lie down. Take a moment when you get there, we'll windscreen wiper the legs, so drop them down to one side and then over to the other, just moving back and forth. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, and we'll slowly send the legs out long, finding our Shavasana. Hands are by the side, palms facing up. Getting out any wiggly movement so that you can find stillness in your Shavasana. Closing down the eyes if you haven't already. Letting the breath begin to return to normal. letting go of any tension that you might still be holding. And you can stay here in your Shavasana for a little while longer. Otherwise, when you're ready, we'll wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rock the head from side to side. Bending into the knees when you're ready. And then rolling onto one side and making your way back up to seated, to wherever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll close our practice as always by taking one last nice deep breath together. So inhaling the hands up and overhead, bringing the palms together. Exhale, we bring the hands together at heart space and bow through the head. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.